All right, thank you for checking out the AP Human Geography info session. My name is Mr. Van Weingarten. Students at Half Moon Bay High School know me as Mr. V. This is a class I'm really passionate about teaching. I helped pilot it at our school in 2015, and it was a relatively new subject nationwide, but it's really grown across the United States as far as the amount of schools that participate in this course. And what's unique about it is the only ninth grade class you could take at the high school that is an advanced placement college board class. Now, there are advanced classes you could take, like an advanced English class, but none of them are AP College Board. So that says a couple of things. One, this is a very challenging class, but it's also going to be a class that's going to stand out in how in-depth it is, how interesting it is, and it can also, check this out, be a way to earn college credit while you're already in ninth grade in high school. I know that sounds wild, but that's actually a real thing. Okay, let's look at the basic AP Human Geography course overview. AP Human Geography provides students with the knowledge and skills that will better our understanding of geography by using geographic processes to study and understand patterns in our community, the nation, and the world. So what's really interesting about this class is we try to look at the world in a very universal way, right? There's things going on in our world that affect everyone. Doesn't matter if we live in China, the United States, Peru, Germany. There's things that are common to the entire human experience. And we try to look at some very essential things that we have in common globally. So we're going to look at things like population, culture, politics, economics, agriculture, and the environment from a world's perspective. And that makes this class a little bit different than, say, regular freshman studies, where you have a first semester that's allocated towards drug education and sex education, diversity and tolerance. And then you have the second semester where there is world geography, but you just look at things from the idea of looking at one continent at a time. So like, hey, let's look at Africa, or hey, let's look at Europe, or hey, let's look at Asia. That's a really interesting class too. I've taught that one also. It's a great class. Mr. Olson, Mr. Roth, Mr. Galvin teach it right now. They're great teachers, but we don't do that. We don't do the one continent at a time approach. We're not doing basic geography. We're trying to look at the whole experience of global phenomenon that is part of the universal human experience. And in doing so, we focus particularly on the very interesting topics of population demographics, migration, race and ethnicity, folk and pop culture, languages, religion, political geography, supranational organizations, agriculture, industry and services, and urbanization. What's really great about this is that we don't just look at it from a global perspective, but we look at how these issues actually affect us nationally and even locally here in the Bay Area as well. And as we mentioned before, as we discussed, we can actually earn college credit taking this class, and that's not a requirement. But to do that, you have to pass the AP exam. The AP exam is a challenging end of the year test. I don't actually administer it. It's done by the College Board. It's done nationally on the same day across America at all high schools that participate in AP Human Geography. And if you can pass that exam, it's based on a 5-scale score. You could pass it with a 3 or higher. At most universities in California, you can earn college credit. If you pass with a 4 or 5, you can get college credit at pretty much any university in America. So what we want to do is prepare you for that exam. But if you're thinking, you know what, I like to take this class, I'm not so sure about that exam, you can still enroll in the class. It's not a requirement to take the AP exam. It will not affect your actual overall grade in the course. But if that's something you want to go for, that's something you want to gun for, like, you know what, I want to take that challenge. Yes, that's exciting. This course will help us prepare to take that test. Taking the course while in high school will give you the opportunity to earn college credit in geography, and you'll challenge yourself. Challenging yourself is fun. See how far you can go in your success. If you are planning on taking that test, we'll go over this also during the school year. It's also, I'll kind of paraphrase this slide here, but if you'd like to check it out more, please pause it. But if you are planning on taking it, it is a 2-hour test. The first part is 60-minute multiple choice, and the second part is 60 minutes free response. So you may have gotten the idea this is different than the regular freshman studies class. And if you're wondering, well, how are we going to learn about drugs, alcohol, tobacco, sex education, driver's education? We're still going to do that. What we do, the game plan right now, is we have a comprehensive unit during summer. So that's our summer assignment that's going to focus on drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. And that happens obviously during summer. That work is due on the first day of school. It's important you do that. Do know there is a summer work commitment. You just get several assignments to focus on, and that is due on the first day of school. Our state mandated sex education occurs after the AP exam in May, because none of that material will be actually on our AP exam, right? So it's a totally different topic, important topic, but different topic. So we focus on it after the AP exam. And then this is kind of a fun thing, so you're not left out. We do have several driver's education lessons as well after the AP exam. And we focus on the California State DMV handbook, and we take a test based off that handbook. And if you get a passing score on it, and you have a passing grade in the class, we'll go over all the requirements involved with that, but you can earn a quick pink slip that you could take down to the DMV and then take your permit test if you're 15 and a half. So that's pretty cool. So those are all inserted in our curriculum, but we're a little bit flexible with how we do those units. Okay, so grades, I don't really want to spend a lot of time talking about this because I think it's pretty obvious and transparent if you're just looking at the slide here. It's just a traditional grade scale of what we would normally see in most teachers' classrooms for A, B, C's, and D's. What's really important to know in an advanced placement class, any AP course you're taking in the high school, there is a GPA bump. So what do we mean by that? Well, let's say we earned a B, a solid 85%, which falls into the 89.99% range, which is a B. On our report card, on our final semester transcripts, as far as our GPA goes, that is a weighted score. That means it actually counts as an A with our grade point average. So if you actually earned an A in the fall or spring semester in this class, it's like having a super A, right? It's an extra GPA boost. All right, important to note, and this is something that we would cover in our syllabus for this class, and it would be information that you could have at your ready all year. But just to let you know, tests and quizzes are 45% of your overall score in this course. It's a little higher than in a regular social studies class because it's an AP class, and we really need to know those standards if we want to do well in the AP exam or really have a great knowledge of this class. If you think that's a little high, there are actually quite a few teachers out there that put it up to 50%. So we're for the AP college classes. So we're looking at 45%, and homework and in-class assignments are 40%, and Cornell notes, I know a lot of us are already doing that right now at CUNY, those are 15%. All right. Just want you to know that it might sound a little bit intimidating, right? Like you're hearing like, oh, you can earn college credit. Oh, this class is going to be so hard. The majority of the students who take this class, they pass the class. I get a lot of students, the majority of them with B grades and higher. You are going to work harder than you would in a regular class. So you have to know that going into it. It'd be silly to sign up for this and then complain that you're working harder than in other classes. That's the point. Okay. But we also have a lot of fun in this class. I think it's a really engaging class. We can do a lot of group kind of work in it as well. And I think a lot of the topics we discussed, they're very relevant and they increase our understanding of the world. So if you do take this class, it's a lot of fun. It's a challenge, but challenges are good. So I just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation and to have a great day or evening, depending on what time you're checking this out. But thanks again, and looking forward to seeing you next year, even if you're not taking this class. Looking forward to having you at some point at the high school. All right, thank you.